Yeah, I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoon, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now done with Canoon. I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear, because a lot of y'all can't hear. Now, this is my thoughts 48. I'm gonna give my thoughts on another video, religious in nature. A lot of times I can give my thoughts on any type of video that I feel sometimes ties into the whole scope of religious fervor or religious people. So they're always religious of nature. Or I might pick something out of it and say, see, this was a very religious type of thing or religious understanding. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, because these are my thoughts and my opinions, that's what the videos are titled. You don't have to watch them. You don't have to do any of that. Once you see it, you can say, nah, I don't want to watch it. But when you come on here, you're going to be given the person that you're looking at thoughts and opinions, because that's what the title entails. It says it. So that should let you know what the video is going to be about. I mean, people get so tied up and get their panties in a bunch about hearing something that they might not have heard from their pastor, their deacon, their imam, their rabbi. I'm not none of that. So if I'm not for you, that's fine. You know what I mean? But my opinion is still my opinion. It's mine. I don't have to have the same opinion as you, and we can differ and still coincide. So today I'm going to give my thoughts on another video. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody. You can have your Jesus, the Christ. You can have your Muhammad. You can have your Allah. You can have your white man, WD, Farad Muhammad, as your black God. I mean, come on. You can have all of that. You can have your Buddha, all that. I'm trying to put spirituality in the hands of people who understand at the time that when religion was given to you, you was robbed of that spiritual nature, because you're taking all your spirituality and putting it in a man-made entity, okay? A man-made God. Jesus the Christ was created. At one point, it was no Jesus the Christ. See, Jehovah was created. At one point, it was no Jehovah. Yahweh was created. At one point, it was no Yahweh. Allah was created. At one point, it was no term called Allah. These are facts. So why people want to be, see, all you have is your belief and you want to come argue with me. I'm not into belief. Prove it. There wasn't no man named Allah just sitting out here, and when the world began, Allah was already here. That's for a believer to believe. It wasn't no man named Jesus always here, and then when the world started, here come Jesus was already there. That's for you to believe, not me. So I'm going to give my thoughts in another video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching.
What kind of gun did you use?
A Glock 45.
Okay.
Surveillance video shows lambs leading themselves to slaughter. Mother Emanuel parishioners arriving for Bible study in June of 2015. In walked Dylann Roof. His fanny pack carried a .45 Glock pistol and 7 magazines loaded with hollow point bullets. The agent later asked, "Why did you do it?" Roof said, "I had to do it because somebody had to. Blacks are raping and killing white people on the streets every day. What I did is still minuscule to what they're doing to white people every day." Roof guessed he had killed 5 people, but it was 9. His rampage had targeted Mother Emanuel as an historic black church. Once inside, he opened fire when the faithful rose and closed their eyes in prayer. Then he cautiously left the church. His right hand still held the pistol. Roof told investigators, "I was in absolute awe that nobody was there. I peeped out the door and didn't see a cop. I kept the last magazine not because I was going to shoot cops, but shoot myself."
That's the video. If you hear the news anchor or the newscast man that's giving the reporter, he said they came in like lambs, just waiting to be slaughtered. See, they didn't know that, but I'm just letting you understand how he voices it. And that's what I'm saying. You're not mad at that reporter. When you follow a religion, you're nothing but sheep-like people, lambs, waiting on your flock leader or your herdsman to give you some direction for the day. See, and my initial thoughts on that video is that European caveman, and that's what I'm going to call him for the sake of this video, because his behavior is of a caveman. Okay, it's in his nature that it seemed like he just came out of a cave, because this is how the Europeans came onto the world. When they came out that cave, they wanted to dominate and destroy everything in their path. Okay, so all European and white people are not like that. They don't do it with their actions. It's probably in their nature to be like that, because your nature is what it is. It's innately inside of you. Okay, so I don't know if he was taught that, or he just, sooner or later, the powers that be said kill black people, because a lot of people, it's already in them. Just like they have a thing now, which is silly, but a person is born gay. It's people out there that's born with hate in them. That's facts. This coward, this European caveman, Dylann walked into a Mother's Emmanuel Church, which is an AME. It means African Methodist Episcopal. Okay, that's what AME means. See, back in the day when they had church, and the slaves and people that brought AME together, they was like sharecroppers and ancestral descendants of slaves that was brought to this land. That's how they got here. It was some free people here, but believe me, a dominant amount of people came to the Americas as slaves. They didn't have no problem saying that they were Africans. That's where the name derives from. They didn't just make nothing up. Why would Americans name a church African Methodist Episcopal if they was American Methodist Episcopal? See, a lot of people have problems with understanding that they're African people. When you have African descent, that's what you are. You're African. All these names was given to us by the European. But this coward in his confessions was laughing. They said, "What kind of gun did you use?" He said, "I used a 45. He don't have any remorse. He said, "I don't have any remorse." And he said this caveman, this coward, this young boy, and he got the death penalty, and that's deserving of him. But on his way to that death penalty, he should get severe beatings. He should get severe punishment. He should get very little food, any of that. I'm not a religious man, but if it's a God and the devil, he should get whatever they think, whatever religious people deem that God is going to give him. See, this man didn't have no remorse for any of the, and he shot mostly women, murdered 9 people, mostly women, like the coward he is, and then said that's minuscule to what black people are doing to white people all across the world. They murdering, they raping, they pillaging, stealing. That's a very European thing to say. And he's a race soldier. That's a white supremacist thing to say. Okay. That's just what it is. Now, if he was so bad, why he didn't go pull like a George Zimmerman? He's a savage and a silly caveman too. Why he didn't ride around looking for people that he deemed rapists, pillagers, murderers? Why he didn't look for them? Why did he go in a church with mostly women, waited till they bowed their head in prayer? This is how cowardice this caveman is. And then murder everybody while their eyes were closed and they was in prayer mode. See, he didn't even have the balls enough to up the gun in the middle of prayer, because I'm sure African people would have lunged at that gun, or they would have tried to do something to protect their lives. There was a couple of young men in there, and he didn't even want to have the balls enough to do that. He waited till they bowed their head in prayer, and he pulled this malicious cowardice act. See, that's my problem with religion. At the end of the day, these they have much more understanding than me. These beautiful African sisters, these two queens, and it was other survivors as well. They forgave this man, this caveman. They have love and sympathy, and they was empathetic to what he did. They don't quite probably understand why he did it or chose them, but they believe that this God that they both share and serve, because I'm sure he was a Christian too. Okay, most white power people are Christians. That's facts. A lot of white power people read the Bible, so it is what it is. They forgave this man. But my thing is, where was God? That book God, that Bible God that's only found in the Bible? He was not reliable or able to stop this European caveman from murdering innocent people. He told one lady, the lady was praying in a prayer room, and he walked up in there and seen her under the table. She was praying, told her, "Shut up. Have I shot you yet?" She said, "No." And he said, "I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to leave you here to tell the story." That's what this caveman said. Okay. So the sooner you understand that religion develops insanity, it takes a pure belief to make you try to rationalize and understand silly things, and then say, "Hey, God gave you free will." I mean, what power do we have? Are you going to only see his power and wrath when you die, and then say, "Oh, he always was powerful"? This God was always powerful. He just waiting on us to die to show us. See, if that's what it is, you can have it. I don't want it. I take it my way, you keep it your way. That's my thoughts on the video. This is despicable. This is silly, and religious people and religions in a whole, in my opinion, needs to be eradicated. Okay? Because a person can do this and then still be forgiven by all the family members who he destroyed and caused havoc on. But if it was me, I don't forgive nobody that gonna do things like that to me. If a man lift his hand, or he's willing to even touch another man, he had to be willing to die that day. That's my thoughts on the video. It's Little Kenny Russell, Canoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Canoom. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching.